Bi. Do not tell your kids and yourself. There's two of you running around, dudes. There's one that's bi, running around manic. There's one over there depressed and bi of the mind, sexuality. There's a couple of you. One of you's male and one of you's female. Right? So you need to decide whether to be male or female as y'all go through these letters of L, G, B, T, Q plus and claim the love of God when it's right smack in front of you in your own mental illness called bipolar. Y'all certainly work on that. Shoot, man. We got to work on that bi part, Tammy, but it's all right to be a boy over there and bi, and I don't know, there's two of me, though, when you're saying that. I am male and I am female by the XY chromosomes. I get that. We get that. So one day you're a guy and one day you're a girl and you're bisexuality in the love of God. But I thought that was transgender. LGBTQ. We're trying to figure out what y'all's gender is in the love of God of mental illness. Don't worry about it. Hey man, you got the love of Mallory, right? Who's transgender, a male, in life as a female. That's the same bisexuality as you walk around dressed like. Which one? There's two of you. So when you have a daughter who's bisexual, you've got a daughter and a son at the same time. In the true definition of bi. I mean, you know, your mental health, you're bipolar, and one day you're manic and one day you're depressed. There's two of you running around. And you kind of have to give it therapy, right? It needs attention. It's a disturbed illness, right? It's a mentally ill issue, right? Right? LGBTQ plus that's so angry? I'm only using your logic here. That's all we're doing. We're trying to understand that you got a son running around somewhere and daughter must be in Spain because you're bi. There's two of you. Period. No pun intended there for females. That's disgusting. So we'll just stick to that one because I don't even know how to skew the other ones. I'd have to think about it with a graph. But it'll work for the Lord. The love of God. So the bipolar patients, there's nothing wrong with you. You have no mental issues. You don't treat it. You don't medicate it. You don't talk about it. You don't go to therapy. Logically, is that true? Is it a mental disorder to be bipolar of the mind? There's two of you running around. One day you're depressed. There's one of you. Months, weeks. You're in the depressive bipolar state. That's one of your illnesses that you refuse to medicate because you have the love of God. It's normal. Everything's okay. Your definition of bisexuality doesn't even fit earth science. Sorry. Try harder. Try. Is it true? Am I making it up? No. In 1 week you're in the bed depressed. Major depression sets in the mentally ill bipolar mind. Not a mental illness. Nothing to see there. I need therapy, Tammy, for what? I'm two minds. So please put the narrative, with that being said, at this time of the day, with bisexual. Make sure 1 week you're a guy and 1 week you're a girl. And say, it's normal. But bipolar, no. We need meds and therapy and doctors and diagnoses and prognoses of the mind. That mind, it's an illness, a syndrome of bipolar. But with bisexuality, it's not two, it's, we'll change it. We can't, but in the mind, they feel ill, error, sick in the mind. You want to try to change the word bipolar now, but it's spelled differently. And bipolar, you're not a sex. A bipolar patient, for goodness sakes, they're neither male or female. They'll go to the psychiatrist and say, my driver's license, in my mentality of sickness, of illness, I'm a bipolar male. It's on your license. Good God Almighty. And you talk to the therapist and sit there and say, my bipolar mentally ill challenged mind needs medication because it's sick. One time I'm manic for 3 weeks in my mind as a man and woman. Go and tell your doctors. Don't worry about it. Bi means two. All right, so we can try to change my psych degree any time of the day. Never. I dealt with so many LGBTQ people in the psych wards and knew exactly how to help them. 99.9% was what they saw. Abandonment. They weren't born that way. When you come out of the womb of your mom, not a man, you need the visual aid of where you don't come from. You come out going wham with 2 heads of bipolar. They lay in the APGAR and say, bisexual. Good God Almighty. Your genetic predisposition of your own family dynamic will cause said mental illness. Not born that way. They are the heir of their sins of the father's ways. The baby's born into the world with a skewed parental restraint. And before of their deviant sexual sins, it will be a fact. It will be a fact. Keep trying to change the word bisexual and bipolar to get through a day without screaming too much. Do it. Give yourself a pat on the back, but you can. So, if your child is a man, a girl, and you have bipolar, what you need to do is stop medicating. It's normal. The love of God's there. Don't worry about therapy. God's there. It's normal. Why are you medicating? You don't the bisexual individual, do you? It's normal. Why are you medicating yourself, bipolar patient? Try to get around God every single time, sinner, in that deviant sexual sin and make yourself feel better. Try. He loves you. He don't love the sin. He doesn't love any sin for that matter. I just realized the entire drama community is LGBTQ and their friends. If they're not, they accept it to try to get through it. Don't medicate bipolar. There's two. Leave it alone. When your son is, don't medicate it. You are fine. You are normal. Like you're saying your kids are. Like you're saying you are. Is there any logic to that? Or are you going to try to get around it there, Labyrinth? There's a lot of logic there. A lot. So much substance of the Lord, they'll hate you even more, Tam, and try to come up with something. That bipolar don't have nothing to do with the sexual sin of being bisexual, Tammy. It's a mind disorder, but your son walks into you one day with his mind. He's thinking like a bipolar patient with mental illness, needing medicated, needing therapy. But the bisexual patient, no. They never think about it, need to talk about it. So the love of God blankets both. So don't medicate yourself when you're bipolar. It's normal. Unfreaking real the way they think. And you're thinking that way. If you saw this, you definitely need to think about it now. Put it in your handkerchief, your wallet, your purse, and say, yeah, bipolar means two. Well, we changed it from manic, depressive, two states of the mind. We changed it to sound better. Bipolar, two. 1 week you're so depressed you don't know what to do, right? You need your medication of the mind. It's ill. It's sick. It needs fragmentational calm down. Then 2 weeks you're manic. That's no illness there. Bipolar. We thank you for changing it too. It fits the narrative of Christ. We thank you. It's my degree. But Christ thanks you for sure. Try to separate it again. Is bipolar of the mind? Is it an illness? Is it two types of different personalities? With that being said, oh no, Tam, bisexual people don't like girls and guys. There's no illness there of the same mindset of bipolar. Oops. Take that to the cross. Thank you very much. You have a good day.